Welcome back, everybody. I have a couple of things to say here. This is a movie review, and I want to make, this is actually a redo of a movie review that I did, and I also have another comment that I want to make, a secondary comment that's sort of related to movie reviews indirectly. I'm going to first make the secondary comment. When I did that string of movie reviews, this last one where I said, okay, I'm going to do 10, and then I ended up saying I was going to do, it was 16. Actually, it was 15. I'm sorry. I miscounted that over that 2-day time period, and I thought, okay, I'm doing 16. I technically did 15, and I wanted to say that. This movie review is a redo of one of those videos that I did, and that string, because I went back through and watched it and went, ooh Lord, that wasn't what I had in mind, so, I'm sorry about that. I'm redoing this one. And the movie that I'm doing a redo on out of that string, and I'm going to attach this one in place of that one and get the other one off, is this, Fried Green Tomatoes. Now, this movie is really good. It's got Mary Stuart Masterson, Mary-Louise Parker, Jessica Tandy, Kathy Bates, Cicely Tyson, and Chris O'Donnell. Chris O'Donnell is actually in the scenes with, well, Mary-Louise Parker and Mary Stuart Masterson's younger character's person, and plays Mary Stuart Masterson's brother in this movie, and it's very good. It's almost kind of like Tank Girl, but not as crass, and One Night as a King, but not a religious flick. I do highly recommend this movie, just because it does, yes, show women in a positive light, which is one thing that I definitely like about this movie. And another thing that it does is it shows, how having friends can help people overcome problems and everything. And one of the things that I, like about it is the two Marys, Mary Stuart Masterson and Mary-Louise Parker. Their actual part in the movie is set back in the 1920s, like during the Depression, where Jessica Tandy and Kathy Bates are more back in technically the 1980s. This movie came out in the 1990s, like 1991, 92, in that neighborhood, and it's really good. Kathy Bates and Jessica Tandy's characters are not Mary Stuart Masterson and Mary-Louise Parker's characters as older people. It's actually Kathy. Here's the actual cover of it. As you can tell, Kathy Bates isn't an old lady, but what it is Jessica Tandy, is the one telling Kathy Bates' character the story of these two, of the two Marys, about what happened to them and everything. And it talks about, the importance of friendship and companionship, between women and everything, and I think it's great. One of my favorite scenes in the movie, it happens when Kathy Bates' character is named, oh goodness, and I totally forgot the name of her character, but Kathy Bates' character goes through menopause, and she's having a horrible time with it. And what happens is that she ends up getting, some medical help on that, and she starts feeling better. Well, she ends up ramming these two girls' cars in the parking lot of Winn-Dixie, and by accident, and she's just like, whatever. In the actual book that this movie is based on, which is Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe, she's the character's in the kitchen doing something, either doing dishes or some kind of housework, cleaning up, And the husband, the character's husband's name is Ed. That one I do remember. And, you know, Ed yells into her to, you know, hey, bring me a beer. And she yells, F you, Ed. And she doesn't abbreviate it. She says, fuck you. Excuse my language. And Ed gets up and comes in and says, asks her if she feels okay. And she's like, yeah. And then after that, you know, just, you know, gets better. But that's one of the funniest parts of the movie that I happen to like. Another thing, and one of the things out of the movie that's truly comical is it happens between the two Marys. Mary Stuart Masterson and, or Mary Stuart Masterson and Mary-Louise Parker. Has slight dyslexic point there. But anyway, it's the whole fight in the kitchen between those two. And, you know, it's where, you know, they're trying to make fried green tomatoes and everything. Oh my god, that is absolutely, that part is funny, and I like the chocolate part. And you have to watch the movie to see the chocolate part, but I do highly recommend this movie. So, anyway, like I said, this is a redo of this movie, Fried Green Tomatoes, and I did technically do 15, counting this video that this is a redo of, not 16, and I'm sorry I miscounted, like I said. But anyway, I'm gonna pause here. I'm working on some new movie reviews, and I'll have those out for you as soon as I've got some more movies to review for you. Okay, so hang on.